Today we will be creating a fan. It is getting hot outside, so the weather's getting warmer and you might be outside or even inside you get a little warm. So we are going to be creating a fan today. Alright, you will need to start with your paper plate, and if you have not already cut it in half, you need to cut your paper plate in half. So, and a good way to find the middle of where to cut your plate is you can fold it down the middle and give it a good crease, and that way you can see exactly where the middle is to cut down the crease. So you'll start with your half of a paper plate, and there's some different variations. You can do a tear and paste collage where you have some different pieces of colored construction paper. I always save my scraps, so I have a bag full of colored paper scraps. So you can do a tear and paste collage where you just pick different colors, you tear off pieces of the paper, and you glue it down on your fan in any pattern, any way that you want to. So that is one variation. Another variation is you could make a fruit fan. If you printed the template offline, you can either make a citrus fruit or a melon fruit. You can have this printed and cut out whichever one you wanted, and then we can color it and get it put on there. Or you can just do a freestyle fan where you draw or color or just glue or put stickers on it, anything that you want to. So again, I really just want you to have fun with this little craft today and just enjoy making it and everything. So after you've decided what you want to do, then you just need to go ahead and start creating your fan. So Farron is going to be making a freestyle where she just colors and draws on it. I will be making one where I'm just gluing different kinds of things down on it. So you can choose, if you have, anybody has buttons laying around, some old buttons or sequins or just anything really, you can glue anything onto your fan to decorate it with. So you can get that done. Just decorate your fan. And again, if you need to pause this video at any time so that you can gather your supplies, go to the restroom, or whatever you need, you can. You feel free to pause it. So, and please send in a picture of your creations to the Lancaster County Council of the Arts so that we can see the projects that you're working on at home and doing. So that's always very fun. So I hope everyone's doing well. And again, I still miss all of my students out there and all the people that I work with. I really miss you all very much. And hopefully things will be back to normal soon and everything. But there is no right or wrong way to decorate your fan. It's just whatever you would like. You can color, draw, glue things down.
We put a newspaper down so we would.
Yes, thank you, Theron. Please do. Anytime you're using glue, markers, anything like that, it is a really good job to, a good idea to just cover your workspace and protect your surface area. So yes, we laid newspapers down so we don't get glue or markers or anything on the table. And if you do a tear and paste, like I said, you can just come up with any pattern that you want. And you may notice that as you're tearing and gluing or doing anything like that, your fan may start to get soggy with a lot of glue and stuff, and that's okay. If it does get soggy with glue, then when it dries, like this had glue all over it, and it was rather soggy. But it has dried and it's very stiff and it works like a good fan.
Yes.
So that you can always choose to do your citrus or your melon fruit, however you wanted to do that. You can use crayons, markers, colored pencils. There's no any particular type of medium that would be best for this project. It's whatever you like. And again, if you do one variation this time, you could make another one and give to a friend or a grandparent or somebody like that and try a different variation than what you did today. So yeah, we will just color and decorate it.
What goes good with red?
The complementary color for red is green. Red and green are across from each other on the color wheel. Those would look good together. Red is a warm color. If you wanted to stick with warm colors, you could do red, orange, yellow. Those are all warm colors if you wanted to stick with a warm color group.
Do we look like a Christmas?
Yeah, some red and green do kind of have that color pattern. So you can just work and get your fan created any way that you want to. You'll notice that if you do one of the fruit fans, if you have printed off a template, you could, instead of printing off a template, you could always just draw and create your plate to look like whatever fruit you wanted to. And it doesn't matter which is the front or which is the back. You can color or decorate on any side. You can flatten it out, it'll flatten out better, anything. But if you do happen to choose the template and print it off, you'll notice that the template is not quite as large. Well, I guess it depends on the size plate you get. But if your template is smaller than your plate, see, like this one is, you can see the plate around the edge of it. If you don't like that, you can clean it up a little bit and just cut off around the edge of the template so that you just kind of have a nice crisp line there and you don't really see the paper plate underneath it. So see, you can just cut off what hangs out. Now the thing is, when you get ready to glue your popsicle stick on, you're going to need to let that sit for a little bit and make sure that the glue dries and sets in. So any liquid glue or stick glue is great to use, either one of those. If you use stick glue, I would recommend that you take your popsicle stick and kind of just get a glob of glue on your stick. And it'll kind of work like ticky-tack. So you can turn your fan over on the back. I don't want to put my stick on the front where the fruit is. I'm going to put it on the back. So I'll turn it over and just press it down. And yeah, you'll have some glue that's smushed out from underneath it. And even if you use liquid glue, some glue might squish out from underneath. You can get a paper towel or just use your finger and wipe off that extra. But you're going to need to let it sit for just a little bit so that it will dry and set in place, especially if you use liquid glue. It just takes a little bit longer to dry. But, so as you can see, I wouldn't fan with this right now, but the stick glue is holding well with it. So that will work. But I'll just lay that back down to let it dry. If you are not finished with your fan, keep on working. That is okay. You do not have to stop working when the video is done. We just want to make sure that you get to see a little bit of everything, how to make it, how to get started, how to put it together, and things like that. So I'll put a stick on this one that I glued the buttons on.
I'm doing a beach theme.
a beach theme.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then I'll let that dry. If you had stickers that you wanted to stick on it, you can get some stickers. And you can put stickers on it as well. And then make sure that you clean up. That's a big part of creating art, is when, you know, you do need to clean up afterwards. So try to be really responsible and clean up after yourself, and then I guarantee you that will make the people in your house very proud of you. So they'll appreciate that a lot. Next week, we can come together and create a tie-dyed hanging art. And we'll have a picture to go along with that following this, so that you can kind of see what we're talking about. But so next week we'll come together to create tie-dyed hanging art, and they turn out really cool too. But thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.